ओम अज्ञानातिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं गुरो श्रीयुतपदां श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगुणा रमणातं मितं तं सजीवं साहदैतं साधुतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगुणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. Welcome to this discussion on Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are in the middle of fourth chapter, eighth shloka. I'll share my screen. Let us go to the shloka. So we were looking at the shloka. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkrita dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. So the translation is to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. So this shloka we majorly dwelt on the theme Sambhavami Yuge Yuge and Paritranaya Sadhana. Lord's main focus is to deliver his devotees, and in course of that, the devotees get darshan of the Lord and direct darshan of the Lord, and some devotees get to hear the pastimes of the Lord, and thereby they release devotional service through Shravana and Kirtana and Smarana. So this is where we stopped. Now, we were also looking at Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, where in the Madhya Leela, where Lord travels to Vrindavan, and there Lord is giving instruction to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the instruction to Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. So in this discussion, um, Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami uh, get to understand the teachings from the Lord directly, and they are the six principal. They become the six principal Goswamis who nurture this Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya with literatures on devotional service, on bhakti, majorly on bhakti. So the Sanatan Goswami, he tells Rupa Goswami all that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed him about different avatars. So one of the teachings which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Sanatan Goswami is the avatara. So then Rupa Goswami Maharaj, he writes about avatars in Laghu Bhagavatamrita. Srila Prabhupada is quoting in the purport of shloka number 4.8 from this section. So if you see here, सृष्टि हेतु ये मूर्ति प्रपंचे अवतारे से ईश्वर मूर्ति अवतार नामधारे मायातीत परव्यो में सबर अवस्थान विश्वे अवतारी धारे अवतार नाम. So the translation is the avatar or incarnations of Godhead descends from the kingdom of God for material manifestation. And the particular form of personality of God who so descends is called as incarnation or avatar. Such incarnations are situated in spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name avatar. That means what? Varaha Avatara is Varaha form of the Lord is existing in Varaha Loka in the spiritual world. So when he comes down, he is called as Varaha Avatara. Narsinghadev resides in his abode in in Narsimha Loka in spiritual world, When he comes, he is called as Nrsimha Avtara. So here, Maya Tita is one thing. Maya Tita means somebody who is superior to Maya. Maya Dina means subordinate to Maya. The spiritual a spiritual world is beyond the influence of Maya. Sabara, there is one more thing, Sabara. Sabara. Sabara means all the avatara. Um, Avasthana. Avasthana means situated. Sabara means all the avatars. Avasthana means situated. These avatars are beyond influence of Maya. Maya tita paravyone sabara avasthana. So they are beyond the influence of Maya. These and they are situated in spiritual world. Vishve avatari dhare. When they descend into this world, they take the name of the Avatara. So they come Avatara Nama. Vishve Avatari Dari. When they enter into this world, they are called as Avatara. So Avatari iti Avatara. What is Avatari iti Avatara? That which descends from the spiritual world is Avatara. The Lord eternally exists in his original spiritual form in the spiritual world. In particular times in the histories, the Lord chooses to descend to this material world. These forms are called avatars. When Lord manifests, what all he does, that is something which we need to understand. So Srila Prabhupada in the purport is talking about Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Leela avatars, Shakti Avesa avatars, Manmantra avatars, and Yoga avatars. So Purusha avatars, these are referring to the three Purusha incarnation, which is Mahavishnu, Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu, and Shiroda Kashai Vishnu. These avatars take care of the manifestation of the material nature. They take care of the maintenance of the material world, which is Prakriti. So Purusha and Prakriti are considered two main elements in Shankya philosophy. So Purusha is the consciousness and Prakriti is the material nature. They interact and various things manifest in the material world. The Purusha avatars are ends directly connected with the material world through the process of creation. We can discuss about Purusha avatars more when we discuss Shankya Yoga in chapter 7, Bhagavad Gita chapter 7. So now let us go into what is called as Guna avatars. These avatars refer to those avatars which supervise the modes of material nature. They are Brahma, who is mode of passion, who governs the mode of passion, Vishnu, who governs the mode of goodness, and Shiva, who is governing the mode of ignorance. So often the word Trimurti or Trinity is used to describe them. These forms take care of various aspects of manifestation within the material world. Material nature is governed by the three modes. Lord Shiva, who is in charge of mode of ignorance, he is not in ignorance. He is extremely powerful Leta. Same way, Lord Brahma is in charge of mode of passion. He creates. It doesn't mean that he is in mode of passion. No. Same way, Lord Vishnu is in charge of mode of goodness. He maintains the manifestation of the material nature. So this guna avataras majorly talk about the three gunas. Then Leela avataras. There are avatars of the Lord when Lord comes to the material world, he comes to perform particular pastimes like Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, they are all Leela avatars. They come and teach the Yuga Dharma. For Kali Yuga, the Yuga Dharma is Arinam Sankirtan. The teacher of Yuga Dharma is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Dwapara Yuga, the Yuga Dharma was deity service. So if you see Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.52, Krete Yug Yad Dhyayato Vishnum Tretayam Yajato Makai Dwapare Paricharyayam Kalo Tadhari Kirtanat. Whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifice, and in Dwapara Yuga by serving the lotus feet of the Lord can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So deity worship is one of the teachings which Lord Krishna talks in Uddhav Gita. Usually Yuga Dharma is given at the start of the Yuga. Krishna Avtara comes at the end of Dwapara Yuga. As a part of Leela, he may have given many teachings. Krishna has also given Bhagavad Gita. Leela Avtara can only so Leela Avtara gives majorly the Leelas. He gives majorly the Leela. He may give teachings, but primary difference between Leela Avtara and Yuga Avtara is that Leela Avtara gives Leela, Yuga Avtara gives the Yuga Dharma. Then we have the next Avtara which is called as Shakti Avesh Avtara. Shakti Avesh means these are the Avtaras where a living entity is empowered by Supreme Personality of Godhead, like Prithu Maharaj. Then Manvantara Avtaras. These Avtaras refer to the Avtaras who appear in every millennium. They appear in regular interval to establish the dharmas. So Yuga Avtaras, Srila Prabhupada in the purport is actually talking about Lord Chaitanya. The Lord says that he incarnates himself in every millennium. This indicates that he incarnates also in the age of Kali. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, the incarnation in the age of Kali is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who spread this worship of Krishna by Sankirtana movement, congregational chanting of the holy names, and spread Krishna consciousness throughout India. He predicted that this culture of Sankirtan would be broadcast all over the world from town to town and village to village. So this Lord Chaitanya's incarnation of Krishna, the personality of God, is described secretly, but not directly in confidential parts of revealed scriptures such as Upanishads, Mahabharata, Bhagavata. The devotees of Lord Krishna are very much attracted by Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. This avatar of Lord does not kill the miscreants, but delivers them by his causeless mercy. So this is the Yuga avatar. So for this Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the Nama Sankirtan. So there is a very good shloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 19.53. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaurav Tasena. So what does this avatar do? Oh, most munificent incarnation, you are Krishna himself appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You assume the golden form of Srimati Radharani and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisances unto him. So this shloka is talking specifically about the Yuga Avatara of Kali Yuga. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu purifies Dushkritam by giving them pure love of Krishna. He does not kill them. So Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinashaya cha Dushkritam. How does he kill? By giving them the he doesn't kill, he purifies the demoniac by giving them pure love of Krishna. Okay, let us go to the next shloka, which is 4.9. So, Srila Prabhupada's teaching are more focused on this shloka. Though in Indian religious circles, the Yada Yada hi Dharmasya and Paritranaya Sadhana Vinashaya cha Duskritam, these are very common sloga. So 4.08 and 4.07 are very common shloka. However, Srila Prabhupada in his discussions and the one of the important shloka that he frequently quoted or regularly quoted was is this shloka 4.9 Jarma karma cha me divyam evyam yo veti tatvata Deham punarjanma naiti mamiti suarjana. So, what is the translation? One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So what does this mean? People generally have material conception of religion. For them, the purpose of religion and God is to look after them. This world is a place for them to perform their pastime. So they think that they have come, they need to prove themselves. And God's work is to protect them so that they can continue doing their work and enact their pastimes. So they think themselves as great. So that ego, self consciousness is very high among the people. So we have the task of, so they think that we have the task of enjoying here, and God's task is to provide for our enjoyment. For that purpose, they think God comes and restores dharma here, so that they can keep on enjoying the material world. So if everything goes okay, then for them there is no need of God. God can stay in His place and we can stay in our place. They do not want God to unnecessarily interfere in their activities. So this is the principal conception of the religion. So Krishna, however, is this image is actually wrong, or this thinking is wrong, because Krishna comes here to restore Dharma, not to ensure that we continue our enjoyment here. The purpose of establishing Dharma is to ensure that we go back home, back to Godhead, back to Krishna. So we stay in this material world. However, we need to understand that this is not a place for us to enjoy, but we are entangled in the suffering. So Lord comes here to provide us guidance and teaching to go back home, back to God, and free ourselves from the suffering of the material world. So this verse, Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam Evam Yo Veti Tatvata Daktadevam Punarjanma Naiti Mameti. So Arjuna emphasize the point how we can go back home, back to Godhead, and how Krishna is interested in us going back home, back to Godhead. By understanding Lord's birth, his activities, we can go back home, back to Godhead, back to God's kingdom. This verse describes the ultimate purpose of appearance of the Lord. The Lord comes to this world to establish Dharma. In that course, he engages in his birth and pastimes. This becomes a source of inspiration for the devotees to understand the Lord and hence engage in his service of hearing and chanting his glories. This results ultimately in going back to God. So yeah, I'll just share my screen once again. So in this verse, there is a significant point, which is Divya. Divya means transcendental, means celestial. So Divyam can have two meanings. One is celestial or spiritual. Anything which is above the earthly planet can be called in various names, namely celestial, which is referring to a heavenly or Swargaloka. Spiritual, which is about a supreme personality of God, which is beyond this material world. The Divyam here refers to is transcendental. Divyam, the Janma Karma Chame Divya. So the birth and activities of Supreme Personality of God is transcendental. So Supreme, Srila Prabhupada uses this translation transcendental as a translation for the word Divya. So Prabhupada says, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities. He does not say for Janma, Srila Prabhupada is not telling birth, but he is telling appearance. So if you see the shloka number 1.8.3, apare vasudevasya devakyam yachito abhyagat ajasto masya shemaya vadaya chashvaradvisham. Others say that since both Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for you, you have taken your birth as their son. Undoubtedly, you are unborn, yet you take birth for their welfare and to kill those who are envious of the demigods. So the birth of the Lord is not like birth of any normal human being. So that is what is here emphasized by Queen Kunti in his prayer. So that is why Prabhupada is using the words my appearance instead of birth. He uses the word appearance. So if you see this, okay, let's go. Krishna, when he was born with beautiful hair, beautiful dress, beautiful paraphernalia. These were the opulence of the child who was born to Devaki and Vasudeva, and these are the opulences of a royal child. Lord had appeared in his four-armed form. This four-armed form was not like a genetic mutation. It is Chaturbhuj form. This is the manifestation of Lord's transcendental glories. So this complete and extraordinary this is complete and extraordinary beauty of the Lord. He is therefore transcendently all attractive. One who understands this nature of Krishna as transcendental, he goes home, goes well back to Godhead. When we talk about Krishna, we need to understand that Krishna's activities are always transcendental. When people do not understand the activity of the Lord correctly, they understand them as source of entertainment. Source of entertainment means the activities of the child becomes a subject of gossip of ladies in the household. These activities are like mischievous activities of any child. Ladies are excited about it. This may be because of the parental love for the child. Krishna's activities are not like that. There is something higher in Krishna's activities. Krishna is God Himself. In His pastimes and activities, He is concealing His divinity so that the love of the devotee for Him can be the can reign supreme. So Lord conceals His divinity. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is absolute truth. He is God, but he does not delight in being God. He likes simply his devotees' love for him, and he is loving, and he reciprocates this love to his devotees. He likes to absorb himself in that world of love. This happens only when Lord conceals his divinity. So, then only Lord can act as a small child. When we realize the small child is God and Supreme Personality of Godhead or Absolute Truth, then our happiness in our dealings with Him will increase enormously. First, we don't know that this child is Supreme Personality of Godhead and we engage in pastimes. But then we come to know that He is Supreme Personality of Godhead, then our happiness becomes increases enormously. We understand and appreciate the meaning behind His actions. So, this way, our love and devotion for Supreme Personality of Godhead increases tremendously. The actions, position of the person doing the actions makes a huge difference in our understanding of that action. Stealing of butter, herding of cows is all trivial activity. But when Lord performs this one, we get a completely different perspective of the situation. We try to understand why Lord did this. When Europeans they came to India and saw pictures of person herding cows, stealing butter, playing flute. They were intrigued by the activities and the person doing this. Okay, so they inquired about this person. So when they came to know, they were surprised. They came to know that he is God, and they got completely surprised. According to Western religion, which is predominantly Christianity, God is some serious looking person with a long white beard sitting on the clouds, sending thunderbolts down, sends the soul to the hell to burn in the hell in for perpetually. So the idea of God was a stern being who will punish the sinful. The idea of small child to be a god was too difficult for the Europeans to digest. When what is that small child does? So this small child, who is supreme personality of Godhead, is going around stealing, but no, stealing butter from the butter pot, and he is having butter all over his mouth. He is using his hands to eat the butter. So why should God steal? Because stealing is immoral. So there is a commandment in Bible which says that thou shalt not steal. When God is telling not to steal, how can God steal? Stealing also is stealing butter which is not worth stealing. So these Europeans and Christians had their brain short circuited when they heard that the God is going around stealing butter, and he is which is of no use, which does not carry much value. If you have to steal, you have to steal gold, silver, or precious stones. Why God has to steal butter? So this was the understanding. The Europeans and Christians could not understand this. So if we see Vedic understanding, everything belongs to Krishna. He need not have to steal anything. It is like I move money from one pocket to another. This money belongs to me only. Same way, everything belongs to Krishna. So he is not stealing at all. In the Virat Roop, in the description of the universal form, we can see that everything is within him only. The butter pot is also within him only. So in the Leela, the butter pot appears outside. So he takes butter from the pot and he heats it. There is no difference. The butter goes in no way, everything resides within him. So these type of pastimes Krishna performs out of his love for devotees. So when he takes the role of a child, he does activities which attracts the heart of the devotee. So Krishna subordinates his position as God to reciprocate his love for his devotees. By doing this, he goes deeper and deeper. By doing this, devotee goes deeper and deeper into the world of love. So he conceals himself as God. To understand this, consider the example of a drama. In a drama, there are various actors. One among them is hero. Then we have a director and we have a script writer. The script writer writes the storyline. The director says that actors will be doing these things. Hero is the key person. He acts according to the script and as per the direction of the director. So when we apply this metaphor of drama to Krishna Leela, it is easy to understand Krishna is the hero, Yogamaya is the director, and the Yogamaya is a combination of two words, which is yoga and maya. Yoga is uh, so here, yoga means connection with the God, and Maya means illusion. Illusion means we are disconnected from God. Yoga means connection. So we get connected to God through yoga. The purpose of yoga is to come out of Maya. So when we say Yogamaya, we see that it is a oxymoron. Oxymoron is a word that brings two words which are opposite to one another. For example, somebody can say courageous coward, or intelligent fool, or a chaste prostitute. These contradictory words, when brought together, it is oxymoron. So, uh, so now when we say yoga maya, if we are in maya, we cannot practice yoga. When we chant Hare Krishna, we want to get linked with Krishna. We practice yoga, but we constantly get pulled away by Maya. Our mind wanders around, moves away from our chanting. So yoga and Maya are two opposite to one another. So yoga Maya is a kind of oxymoron, but it is not meaningless. Though Yogamaya is an oxymoron, it has a significant meaning. Yogamaya is, though it's a meaningful oxymoron. So now, if you take Mahamaya, Mahamaya makes us forget Krishna and puts us in a sense gratification. We become materially conscious and forget Krishna. The Yoga Maya, though it is, she is also Maya, but which also makes us forget Krishna, not to put us in material position, but to connect with Krishna deeply. So Yashoda Mata cannot love Krishna as her child if she thinks of him as God. If she thinks Krishna as God, she cannot feed breast milk or tie him for his mischief. So in the background, the Vrajavasis know that Krishna is a god, but it is not in the thinking in their day-to-day activity. They can be compared to the stars during the daytime. They are in the background covered by sunlight. The supreme position of Krishna is in the background of Vrajavasis, is in the background in the life of Vrajavasis. Sometimes it may come to the foreground, but typically it remains in the background only. So in the Gopi Gita, if you see here, Nakalu Gopika Nandano Bhavan Akila Dehi Nam Antaratmadrit विकसनार्थितो विश्वगुप्तये शकौदी येवान् सात्वतां कुले. You are not actually the son of Gopi Yashoda. So this is taken from songs of gopis in Canto 10. So what is Gopi singing? You are not actually the son of Gopi Yashoda, oh friend, but rather the indwelling witness in the heart of embodied souls. Akila Dehina Antaratmadik. You are the inner consciousness. Because Lord Brahma prayed for you to come and protect the universe, you have appeared in the Satvata dynasty. That means what? Gopis also know that Lord Krishna has come down to kill the demons upon the prayer of Lord Brahma. So Shaka, they use one more word. Shaka Udi Yevan. Shaka means what? Oh friend. Though they regard him as Lord Vishnu, who has come down to kill the demons as Krishna, they still want to call Krishna as friend, which means so Saka Udi Yevan means oh friend, you have arisen in Sattvatam Kule, in the Sattvata dynasty to protect So I'm just sharing message. Sorry. Shaka Udiyevan. Shaka Udiyevan means the one who has the friend who has come in the family of Sattvatas. So this supreme position is, however, of the Krishna is subordinated by the play of Yogamaya, so that the jiva or the soul gets enhanced devotion to Krishna. All these points are required to understand the concept of Leela. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and he is all attractive. Krishna subordinates his power and position to allow love to flow through unrestricted. So there is a very good verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. ऐश्वर्य ज्ञानेत सब जगत मिश्रिता ऐश्वर्य शिथिल प्रेमे nahi more प्रीता. All the universe is filled with conception of my majesty, but love weakened by the sense of majesty does not satisfy me. So Krishna here is telling that he is not satisfied when people bring in his majesty, his position in the regular dealings. When a devotee brings his majesty, Krishna's majesty in between their dealings, so Krishna does not like this. Okay, so today we majorly spoke about Janma karma cha me divyam. In this, majorly we talked about the karma, the activities, and the janma, and we looked into what is so special about Yoga Maya, how she conceals the Lord's opulence. So we'll stop here, and we will continue the class in the in the next coming Saturday. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripasindhubhayascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. ग्रंथराज भगवद गीता की जय, जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेम